Bad rip. I'm good. Oh, there's one right there, straight ahead of us. Well guys, good morning, good afternoon, and good evening to all. Welcome to Hartung Family Farms. And today we are not going to be doing anything about farming, but in a sense we are. As I've mentioned before, this is day 3. Sorry, I got a cough drop in. This is day 3 of Iowa shotgun deer season. And in my area of the country, the deer are all over the place. They wreak havoc when they are overpopulated, if we can't control the population, on traffic, obviously, but also on our fields and our yields, because the deer, if they overpopulate, they destroy our fields and rob yields from us. We like to partake in the little application of pesticide every first weekend and a couple days after in December. So that's what we're going to be doing today. This is day 3 already, so if you guys have missed the first 2 videos, check out our hunting playlist right here. I'll link it in a card. It has our first 2 videos from this year, as well as our hunting videos from the last 2 years as well. And one of those I shot a massive buck, so you definitely want to take a look. So yeah, we are going to be doing some deer drives. I did a pretty good explanation on the first video on what exactly a deer drive is. So you guys should, right now, if you guys don't know what a deer drive is, you should pause the video, go to this card right here. This is the first video from this year. Go watch that video and kind of get a little bit better explanation, and then you can pop back into this video. But now let's go ahead and get back to I'm just pulling up to my parents' house. I'm gonna change, get a little cup of coffee, and then let's go get ready to go. It's 6:45, daybreak's just gonna start here in the next 15 minutes. All right, we're just going down the hill to start the first drive of the day. This is basically the same thing that we did in video 1, where I actually got a shot at a nice buck, but I missed, of course, because I suck. Yeah, if you guys are curious, go check that video out. It'll be right here. If I already didn't link it, I forget. But yeah, it's the first year, 2020, day 1. Let's go start walking. All right, who's hoofing with me?
Instead of walking up there, you want to go to John Deere?
Yeah, probably. Be better. Be much quicker.
Down that little fence there.
Yep, take out my fence and then be much quicker. Yeah, I'll fix
sure if you get back here before we're getting going, make sure I'm at least at the top of the hill on the 4-wheeler before you take off.
Okay.
When you guys were walking in the other day, you busted some does out.
Sometimes though, you bust them this way, so that's what happened last year.
Really?
Yeah. I'm gonna go get the deer. Last time we stuck someone in that tree stand, and they basically ran below me but ran way above them. So instead of doing that, I'm gonna have that person that was in the tree stand be up a little ways. That way they can be almost in line with us. Alright, here we go. I'm set up in the exact spot I was last time. The deer that I shot, I believe, is like right there. This is the first day 1 of 2020. You can kind of see I hung my shell casing, so that way I knew where I was. We'll see if that's there next year. But hopefully we get a shot. Last time, a buck came and stood right there, and the big one ran right through there. So hopefully we see something. Alrighty guys, I'm just set up now. 10-15 minutes into the drive, and I haven't heard a thing. No shots, no nothing. I'm just practicing my shooting lanes again. So again, I have full range, all the way even a little bit behind me. And stretch I see is right there, so I can shoot a little ways behind me. That one scared me. That was Caleb. And I heard them run down the hill, almost right towards Stretch, so hopefully Stretch will get a shot soon. Hey, Caleb got a shot, that's good. Heck yeah, right there. So I don't think Caleb killed it, because he only had 1 shot, which is usually a good thing, but it was the 1 shot and then he yelled Stretch. See, I'm gonna hear him down there. But he had 1 shot and then yelled Stretch, which to me makes it seem like he missed and it was coming towards another blocker. But usually these things would have made a move by now. I still hear it milling around in there. And there. Right there. It's a small buck though. That one I'm not gonna shoot. I'm not gonna shoot him. He's a basket rack, but he is a wide and tall. He's a tall deer, but he's not Stretch is gonna get him. Here we go, running right at Stretch. Get ready, get ready. Something going on up there. It's just a little baby. Yeah, it's just a little baby button buck. Bam, I could have killed him. Stretch. That was a little button buck. That other deer is right there. I can't tell how big he is though. Oh, he's a half rack. There he goes, just a half rack. Shoot, I'm not in my spot. Got him. So that one's down. I got that doe. So he's down right there. She's down right there. It was a doe. So I shot him. I shot her right there, 50 yards. Right there she was, slashing around. But I shot once and dropped her. Also, I got a better look at that buck. I didn't say anything, but that buck lost one of its horns. That's why I think that thing would have been a shooter. But I let it go because it only had one antler. And I'm guessing that's what Stretch did too. Well, hey, I got my deer. I got a deer. Still more coming. That might be a driver. So just to recap, guys. Nice shooter buck, but with only one horn. That one fell off. That's why I didn't shoot. I could have shot him right there. But him and then a smaller buck. A little fork ran that way. A spike buck ran. No, that's another deer. I better be quiet. But spike buck ran this way. Then she just kind of milling her way. I was out of my spot, so I kind of got behind a tree. I didn't have very much leaves. She just walked over. One shot dropped her. It looks like she's not moving, which that's good. Good ethical kill. A driver right there. Or dog. Another driver. And now I think about that's the exact spot that the buck that ran 2 days ago that I shot once and missed. There's a driver. So my driver should be coming up over the hillside here soon. Another driver. I would say I'm safe to go down there, but I've had it before where the driver's gotten within 100 yards of me and then another deer sneak out. Usually the young ones when that happens, but sometimes mature bucks will do that too. Alright, yeah, there's another driver. Let's go find my shell. I'm gonna go find my shell, put it on a branch where I shot, just to kind of mark the spot, because this is a good spot. They've ran, that's 2 drives in a row, they've ran right there, so that's a nice hot deer trail around that ridge. And I know Caleb got a shot early, and I'm hoping that was Stretch that shot, but it might have been one of the guys out back in the valley. So here's what the issue was. I saw that big shooter buck run this way, and he wasn't spooked or anything, so I tried to sneak around here, see if I could get a shot, but he was already in the neighbor's property. So, but when that happened though, I heard her running up this way, so I was like, oh crap. So I was out in the middle of the open, just slowly crept my way up to here. She didn't notice me, and just kind of walked, and I shot from right here is my vantage point. Right there. That's where she laid. Dropped her in one shot. And there's my shell. So let's go stick her up on the tree, head down. I saw the big bastard again, but he.
The one that came down the hill right here?
Yep.
What the hell? Did he get down at the bottom? I see a dead deer.
Yeah, that's the one I shot. So there was basically, there were 3 bucks right away. A spike ran right by me. The big bastard, but he lost a horn. I had a shot at him, but I wasn't gonna shoot him with only one antler. He looked like a younger deer too, didn't have the mass, so I just let him go. He ran right by Stretched. What's that?
Where'd they come from? I didn't pick up up any tracks?
I think they came up, they were up by Caleb on the other hillside. He shot once. They milled around right in here for a while. He ran right in between me and Stretch. So like I had a shot at him basically right in that valley. I just stared at him, but thought about it.
Once or twice?
Just once. Caleb had the first shot way up top, and I think it was at this group. I'm guessing at that buck, because they shot, and then I'm guessing they milled around in here for a while.
No, when I saw them, they were running hard.
Oh, really?
Around that gully. There's a gully that goes up there.
Yep.
And they were up top, and they were running right straight down to the bottom here.
Oh, they weren't in any hurry. They were milling around. I'm guessing they saw Stretch, because the buck was here, probably saw Stretch and turned around.
I'm betting that one, because it was a loner, and he was boogie. I bet it was a buck.
Where'd I hit her at?
That might be a little humble pie coming out of him. I don't know.
It was back a little ways, he wouldn't even seen him, because they did the exact same thing.
Why we put him
They
up.
wrapped around.
We listened to you.
Well, that's a two-way street sometimes.
I know it is.
Sometimes. Can't see the numbers. Where are we at?
I can get you 7, I think. Yeah, 7.
December?
Yep. Don't you say that when you call it in? What day it was harvested? Oh, you don't. Where'd I hit her at? Top of the lung.
Big now they know if they haven't been into a lung.
Then I heard her coming, and I was out of my spot.
Did they seem like they wanted to get out into runs or not?
No, not really. They were just staying down in here for a while. This is their path. The last 2 times, this is actually the exact spot where I shot that buck on Saturday. Shot at that buck.
The bone saw on there.
That way.
I was hoping he'd be like right up on top of that hill. That way he could cover this valley.
No, and once you get her going, it's more so just about keeping the momentum going.
Yep. Yeah. There he goes.
How big was it, Caleb?
Shots, I thought there's 3 deer. Because
How big was it?
There's more than
like
one shot, then it's missed, but there's one shot, it's dead.
Yeah, when you get to the corner there, just take your time, because I'm gonna basically make a big wide loop to get down to the bottom, so I can make sure to kick out anything that's on that wide when it gets real wide in there. Just starting this little finger right out of us. One of the blockers kicked up a big buck that's actually running in our drive right now. So with the wind coming at us, this deer might run right through either Lynn or I. If not, it's gonna keep going, but I think hopefully, unless it escapes early, we'll have a good shot at this thing. Spot where I entered last time. Fresh. So I found some fresh deer poop that stuck to my boots. So the deer in here, at least they were this morning. Lynn must be crossing that big gully up there because he's taking his time. But basically we're gonna, I guess I just wrap this around and push it that way. And the blockers that were sitting here are gonna push the next finger over. And there is a blocker over there that's just gonna walk up here, and we're gonna line this hillside and this side of the next finger. Those drivers are gonna push, and we got the other finger all wrapped around. So hopefully we pile up a couple deer here. Well, shoot, there might not have been something in here, because we always kick a deer out of here. Always. I don't know. All right, Lynn's up on top of this hill. I'm gonna be on the bottom. I'm gonna push it this way. All right, I just waved at that blocker right there. He's gonna turn into a driver and push this hillside all the way back. We're gonna find Lynn. We're gonna keep pushing this finger back until we run into 2 blockers. Then we're just gonna sit on this fence, this finger, see if any deer kick over. There's your next drivers for the next one. They're gonna get on this hillside and start walking. Blockers are way over there. There's a blocker right there for me, where Lynn and I are gonna walk to. And just look at this nice stream. It's very peaceful. All right, we got a bust on this side. Right there's where they saw the buck. So it skirted over there and went somewhere, not sure. But Lynn and Stretch are coming down the hill. I should meet my Uncle Steve here soon. And then we're gonna go ahead and line this hillside in case those guys kick any deer. They come out to the west. That's not creepy at all. Cow skull. Lynn walked over there. He's gonna join their drive. I'm just gonna basically probably sit right here and meander my way over. See if I see any deer running in front of them. This hillside, it's pretty clear. All right, we're almost at the end of the drive. There's 2 drivers sitting right there. I'm not quite sure why, but we just got one little finger left to push. Blocker there, and blockers all the way around the backside. And so, I don't know, we'll see what we see, but I think I'm gonna head over, start grabbing vehicles because we got to send one vehicle all the way up top to go grab the truck that we took in. So let's go ahead and do that. Alright, we're just about all done with this farm. I got maybe 300 yards to go. Haven't heard any shots whatsoever on this drive. So that sucks, but that's a bust. But hey, we got one deer that I got, that doe. Yes, it was a small doe, but it's tough when you got just a deer running and you only got like seconds to choose to decide if you want to bag that thing or not. It's tough, especially when the deer's by itself. So, you know what, a deer's a deer. It's a 1.5-year-old is what that was. We'll have meat for the freezer, that's at least. Hopefully we can get some more, but we're just about done with this farm. We're gonna head back near town and probably run some near the state ground. Hopefully we can get one out of this one. That'd be nice.
It's too tiring on you.
Yeah. And then it just stayed there.
Yes, I'll take bottom. You go middle. Stretch, you go top. There's a nice rub. Just, I see them. I'll walk down, get in line, and then go. Deer are bedding down in here a couple days ago, or this morning maybe. Got all our drivers lined up. Let's push these deer down. Also, this is the drive where I fell on my butt a lot. So we just wait a little bit for Alec to catch up. So he's a little bit behind because the point of this is basically just have a straight line right like this up the valley. That way you just have a wall of people coming down. Keep these deer moving so there's no gaps, they don't double back. Because that's the goal. Our deer is just to get deer flushed out of the timber. Get them towards their blockers to give us the best chance to bag one or two. Ooh, Lynn's got a real steep ravine to cross right now. Real steep gully. So what I've found, the secret to a good deer drive is to not be extremely loud. Just kind of be, you can talk to the other drivers if you need to, but not absolutely scream through the forest. You know, just kind of walk for 100 feet or so, stop, be a little bit. If you basically just take your time through the woods, the deer aren't going to be pressured, they're not going to be running. It's a better chance that they're basically going to be doing the same thing you're going to do. They're going to run for a little bit, stop, run for a little bit, stop, and then potentially run right to the blockers, stop for a little bit, let them have a better shot. And I'm learning every year, that's for sure. Bad rip. I'm good. Got me another walking stick. Always good to find you a walking stick. There's the butt man right there. Must have had nothing come down here. Now time to cross these big gully. Just gonna go right down the path and walk the middle out because we're already at the blockers. It's noon. Air raid sirens are going off. Tornado warning, I should say, or inclement weather warning. Liquid gold. Some gasoline. You can tell by the rainbow hint, or at least some foreign fluid that's not supposed to be in a spring. All right. Time to get rid of the walking stick, batter up. There we go. No. Alright, let's do it. And you're just gonna add an extra guy on the bottom. Man, getting up here sucks. So thick. Make sure, yeah, you sit right there. I'm gonna start walking. Make sure Alex sits on the right one so he's not too far. I'm gonna get moving to mine. So I'm setting up right on a deer trail. I got Jesse to my left, and then they're gonna be both deads are gonna be up on top there. There's an old shell from last year, or maybe even 2 years ago. I need to sit still, get in my spot, and wait for him. Last year when I shot my buck, it was about 75 yards that way, but in the CRP. So I'm gonna try and sit right here, and I know if there's deer in here, they're basically just gonna funnel right along through here, and eventually make their way either wrap around this hillside where we had 2 doe kick out before, or wrap around the far hillside where we got that buck on Saturday. So yeah, we're gonna sit here and see what we see. Alright, the drive should have started by now, but like I said, last time those 2 doe came right on the face of this hill right here and milled around, because I could hear them from up on top of the hill, so they were close. They smelled the person that was sitting here, and they kind of milled around, and then eventually kind of took the bottom all the way down and out. Oh, there's nothing like being out in the peaceful wilderness. Beats any day in the office. I'm hearing stuff over there. Oh, there's one right there, straight ahead of us. She sees me. It's a young one. 2 babies. 2 of them right there, right behind the other side of the bluff. They're small, but they might go up to dead. I'm not gonna shoot them. just heard my neighbor's combine start up over there. I know that sound from anywhere. 2588 firing up. Don't go this way. That second one's really tiny. That second one's a fawn. That first one's a 1.5-year-old. Yeah, there you go. Turn around. They're right there. There they go. You can kind of see the white tail straight out of us. So there's just a little 1-year-old, a 1.5-year-old, and a half-year-old. Just two little babies. I could have shot that straight out of us, but no, they're just too small. I'm not gonna say it was a mistake shooting the first one because it's a deer, and it was I didn't have anything to compare it to. But once I saw those two together, I knew they were both really small. That was cool. Those two deer were just sitting 50, 60 yards, just playing for the last 10 minutes. That was cool. I'm still wishing they go all the way around there. I'm hoping they do that way. Our younger Caitlin, who's hasn't shot a deer in shotgun season yet. Hope she gets a shot at the first one. Man, that's 2 in a row. I don't think we're gonna see anything shootable on this drive or get anything on this drive. Like I said last year, the person in this spot shot, then the person overshot, and me up on top of the hill got that big buck. Like we had deer everywhere, and this year there's nowhere. So we just don't understand. Wrong. Like we're doing everything we've done the last couple of years. But I mean, other groups are having the same struggle. So I don't know if it's just the weather pattern. So there's not that much deer around here. Who knows? That was a rifle. That's Ted. I bet it was Ted shooting at those two little babies. Got some shots? I'm guessing they were pretty far away too, where he was out, because he's out in the middle of the CRP. There's a lot of area to cover there, especially because the deer came in here, saw us, and bolted. What's nice about having all these leaves, these dry leaves, is I could hear those two deer coming before I saw them. I could probably heard them when they were down the other side of the gully, or at least over this knob. I could hear some like kush, kush, kush. And then, so I knew to get ready. And then I saw them kind of pop up around this rock. They milled around here for like 10 minutes, then went back the other way and probably busted out. That's what those 3 shots were earlier. There's the Budley man saying that the drive is over. Well, it's kind of fun. These deer, I guarantee if they wouldn't have seen me, would have ran right up through here.
Right, and it was pretty thick, but I could hear them making their way up.
Yep.
And then as soon as I could hear them jump into then I heard his gun go up.
Yep.
He said they come out of the timber towards the CRP. That's where you let them have the bigger one.
The way I was hoping they just go down to the bottom and go right down to Caitlin, because that would have been a good shot for Caitlin.
Especially that it's in the bottom.
Mm-hmm. Oh, that's exactly right.
Looking like up there, buddy, in the side, any blood? He's got some blood he's following.
If she was hurt, she would have probably gone down on the other side of the gully and stopped. She's just looking for blood.
See the big tree?
Yep.
Right below it, left.
Oh, nice. Got her. One of you guys want to cross and come over here? Nice eye, Captain. So we're just starting the next drive, doing steel bellies. Hopefully we see a bunch. All right, we're just starting probably the last drive of the day. It's 2:30 or so. So we have 2 Teds right now, regular Ted and the new Ted. New Ted is from Wisconsin, and he shot a nice doe up on that CRP. It wasn't the 2 doe. I only saw 2 deer that drive, but apparently there was a third. He shot the 3rd one, and that was a nice sized doe, like a pretty nice sized doe. Not a monster, but definitely not the 2 Bambis that we saw earlier. So we're gonna start this last drive, and hopefully we can see something big is what I'm hoping. I'm hoping there's just that's not necessarily big, but just a pile of numbers in here, and they just all kind of bubble around and circle. So I'm hoping. I am really hoping that we start hearing shots here. Just blam, blam, blam. The next 5 minutes. That's what I'm hoping. Right here's a deer bed. You can kind of see. So a deer's got dew claws. They don't have paws. They have basically just two claws that kind of look like this. You can kind of see a deer scraped away the leaves and make scratches. Plus there's a big rub right there. I bet a big buck is bedded down right here. Another one right there. I thought I just heard some rustling in the leaves up ahead. So, like I said, we're just walking through the timber right now. Haven't seen or heard anything. Haven't heard any shots, obviously. Otherwise, you guys would have heard a shot. We'll keep moving, see if we see anything. But right now, kind of total for the day, 3 does. No, 2 does. One that new Ted just got, and then one that I got earlier this morning. Not a bad day so far. It's definitely not been a good day though. 2 deer on 5 drives that we've done so far. It's kind of disheartening, but hey, this year's just not a very good year for deer hunting. There haven't been hardly any, that's just from groups all over the place that we've been talking to, that does not have been a good year for anybody. Hardly anybody, I should say. Aw. Boo. With this wind going, we should have at least heard one shot by now if there's deer in here. I mean, there's rubs all over the place. Look, there. But we should have heard deer by now. I would hope. I don't know. We'll see. Man, I was really hoping we'd hear a shot. Alright, I'm trying to remember where I crossed last time. What was it? I crossed up there. Yeah, I crossed right here because I got smushed down. Rules of crossing: unchamber your gun. So right now, even if I was on safety, it wouldn't fire because it's not locked in. So unchamber your gun, set it to where you can get it easily, across the fence, like so. Oh. Make sure you didn't drop your GoPro. For you vlogging hunters, grab your gun. Good to go. I gotta start widening out. Now here's where it gets a little bigger, so I just need to get up on top of the hill and go down. I don't think there's any deer in here. Last time we would have heard shots by now. There's a shot. Good. At least there's a deer in here. Hey, and just one. That should be a deer down. So this valley, we always have a pile of deer in here. At least the last couple years we've always gotten a few, but this year we have plenty of blockers. So we have plenty of people just to line the valley and make sure that none of the deer escape. So one shot's usually a good thing because multiple people, I guarantee you, could have shot us at. Oh, here's a bed for a deer. Couple beds up here. You guys are good.
Ron, is this yours?
Yep. Anyone with you, Caleb?
Yeah, 3 of us. We gotta go to the butterfly garden.
Oh.
Does driveway loop around?
Yeah.
Okay.
I want to address all the comments that I got in the last video about me not shooting that coyote in the video day 2. Check that out right here if you guys are curious. But basically, I let a coyote go. So in my opinion, when I'm deer hunting, I'm deer hunting. Unless I know the drive is over and I know I'm not going to have a chance to shoot a deer, then I'll shoot a coyote. But I know they're a pest. I know that. But in my opinion, if I shoot a coyote, there's just going to be another coyote that takes its place. I'm not really going to thin the herd. That's just not how coyotes work from my understanding. Well, it's happened to me before. When I've shot a coyote and a deer's next null over, I see the deer skirt out and they leave the drive because they hear the shot. In the next video, the last video that we'll have, you'll see that. That's just been my experience before. And also there were a couple comments saying that because there's a coyote there, that means the deer is already scared and there's no deer in there. Well, just wait to the next video because you'll actually see I'm blocking. There's a deer that runs right at me, and then 2 minutes later a coyote runs right at me. So just because there's a coyote in there does not mean there's no deer in there. Again, guys, this is just my opinion. If you guys disagree, that's completely okay. But that's just what I've been taught, and that's just kind of my opinion on this matter. But anyway, thank you guys so much for watching.